everybody, and welcome to another episode of Fire and Steel. As you can see, we have a change of scenery. We're in a pretty messy garage, and it's time to make some Kydex stuff.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah! So this is Kydex. As you can see, we got black and we got green sheets. Kydex is a thermoplastic material, which means it forms when you heat it. It comes in different thicknesses, sizes, and a load of colors. You can get pink if you want to.
Yeah.
That's Snake's favorite color.
Yeah, pink is great.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And you also got texturized camo textures. Yeah, lots of camo colors.
There's another substance called
Zytel,
is it nah.
Boltaro.
My bow wrong.
No, but you got something that's called Boltaro,
Okay.
which is I guess it's the same. I don't know. I haven't tried it.
It has that kind of carbon textures. Isn't it?
Carbon nitride titanium. Yeah, but anyways, this is Kydex. Yeah.
This is beer.
This is beer.
Beer.
This is beer. Huh?
Beer, beer, beer.
Beer.
I wanna drink some beer.
Alright, so we are going to make 5 danglers, is it?
Yeah.
4 or 5?
5 danglers.
5 danglers for the GSO-10. We are going to make a Kydex sheath for Snake's GSO-4.1.
Yeah.
And we are also going to make some custom stuff, try something.
Yeah. Something kind of cool for the GSO series, which can be applied to any series really with a Kydex sheath.
Yeah. So yeah, let's have a look at the tools that we are going to use. First of all, we got the Kydex press, which is very much homemade, as you can see. Basically plywood, thick plywood, hinges, and some Armorflex, it's called, which might not be the best foam. It sets pretty deep marks, so you have to change it a lot, but you can buy better foams, in my understanding at least, but this is what I use. We got gloves if you wanna use. I find them handy when the Kydex is hot. You got this, and this is very handy. This is a Rivet guide. It's a Rivet guide. Basically this punches the rivets together through the Kydex. And you can buy these at, I bought mine at knifekits.com. We're gonna provide some links below for all this kind of stuff. We got some drills, of course. And this is what I use to cut Kydex. It's a contour saw or whatever it's called. Pretty fine teeth.
Yeah. I think you kind of need a thin saw.
Yeah.
For this kind of work. You can probably use a thicker one, normal steel saw, but I think that one will leave less marks. And
yeah, and this is the cheapest saw. It costs nothing. But if you have a bandsaw, congratulations, that will go off a long way.
no.
Much better than this. We got some, what are these called?
Clamps.
Clamps.
Just normal clamps.
Yeah.
Tightening clamps.
They, I use these for clamping down my Kydex press. That's all I use them for. Heat gun.
It's a pretty cheap heat gun.
Yeah. Heats up the Kydex. And I use masking tape on the blades to get the correct pressure in the sheath. And I use this Dremel look-alike. It's a cheaper model, but still. I use this to make the yeah, you're gonna see it later in the video, but I make you have to make some kind of wooden yeah, what am I gonna call it?
Wooden bits, just
yeah, wooden bits to get because you want to get some push up to push the knife out, stuff like that. So this is very handy to make those things. Yeah, so that's it.
yeah.
Let's make some Kydex. Alright, so we are starting off by drawing our shape on the Kydex. This is basically extremely custom. I do this all by eyesight. But you want to make sure you got enough room for the rivets on the side of the knife. It's better to leave too much room, because you always have the chance to grind it down, sand it down. And you also want to make sure you got a hand, 4 fingers. You're able to put 4 fingers on it, on the knife, and it's down in the sheath. So all we gotta do is make that thumb push up. That's basically what I do. You better have a disclaimer on this, because this is our way.
Yeah.
There are probably 100 ways to do this.
Everything we make here is we thought it out ourselves. Yeah. We do it ourselves. We draw it down, think about it, talk about it, and then we just make it.
Yeah.
So it's
we basically tried and failed and tried again.
Yeah.
So this is our way. Yeah. So what we are going to do now is draw a line around where we want the sheath to go.
And you also have to draw in the thumb push off, roughly.
Yeah.
And as he said, you know, the more Kydex you leave, the more you have room for errors, to correct your errors, if there are some.
About there. I don't know if this is showing, but that's the first rough sketch. Yeah, so now we are going to cut this shit out.
So Freddy is starting to saw now. It's a very easy material to saw in. Just have to be a little bit careful. But as you can see, it's going like a knife through butter. I can't believe it's not real butter.
Huh?
I can't believe it's not real butter.
There we go. So yeah, so basically what you want to do when sawing this is keep the saw in a straight angle, or a same angle. Don't bend the saw, don't turn the saw. Bend the Kydex instead, and make sure you have a bench right where you are sawing. Because if not, the Kydex are going to start to jam and all kinds of things.
Also remember, when since this is just one side of the Kydex, when you make another the other part, you have to turn it.
Yeah.
The other way around.
Mirror it.
Yeah. Otherwise you're
And this burr you take off with your fingers. Yeah, the snake is marking out the other side of his Kydex sheath. We have turned first piece around to mirror it. Kydex is mainly used for knife sheaths, gun holsters. You know any other uses for it?
I don't know, there's probably plenty of uses since it's such a bendable plastic when
Yeah.
needed, so I think that you can
But
use it for...
on an industrial level, mass produced, have you seen any other uses?
No, it's pretty much sheaths, I think.
Yeah.
And
But
that kind of stuff.
do a Google search and you'll find a lot of projects, different projects on Kydex.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can sharpen it, maybe make a Kydex knife of some sort, cutting tool.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe we could try that in a future video. Sharpen it down, see if we can make a... Since you can pretty much whittle a knife sharp.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a problem to grind this down to make it an okay Kydex fiber knife.
Yeah.
Should be possible.
Yeah.
Put on some handles and shit like that. It's important to keep the Kydex even, both sides, when you sand it down. So they're well, mirrors of each other. So we're still grinding. It takes about, depending on, but you have to use different kind of sandpapers to get it. But as you can see, it's
start off with a coarse paper, get the shapes aligned, go down, go up, I mean, on the grit, and make the sides look kind of good. And we are using what's the last grit?
So as you can see, it's starting to come along. It's a tedious work, but I mean, this is handmade custom stuff that we make for ourselves, so yeah, I mean, we're not selling or making this for other people.
The final grit we're using is 240. And you should have really smooth sides at the end.
Yeah. So we've sanded it down now, and it's very smooth. Grind down all the sharp edges, and they are even. Takes about half an hour, roughly, to sand it down with the 3 kinds of sandpaper, coarse to fine.
Depends on what kind of saw you're using too. How much dents and grooves you gotta straighten out.
And also, if you have a belt sander, it'll be done in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
So this is, as we said, all done by hand. So, but we're happy now.
So it's time to mark on where the holes are gonna come, or the rivets in the end. There's really no, or I don't have any good rules about this. Basically, the 2 sheets are gonna have some spring action to it. So
you can't put them too high up.
No.
It'll be too tight to get out.
I would say you have to take it below the knife, the blade, or the beginning of the blade.
But pretty much by the choil.
Yeah.
Around the choil, maybe at the edge of the blade.
A little bit lower down too.
And as we said, this is simply so the knife comes in and out easily enough, so it doesn't get too tight.
There? There we go.
Don't put the holes too far out either, since the entire Kydex is going to expand a little bit because of the blade and such.
Yeah.
So you can't put them too far out.
And also keep in mind the diameter of the rivets. I guess we are using, I think they're about 6 millimeters. How's it going there, Snake? Calm down.
Fucking mess.
It's time to drill. Yeah, so we are about ready to drill some holes.
Yeah. I said you can probably use a hand drill, but
hand drills work.
Yeah.
But drill press better.
Yeah. So if you're gonna use a hand drill, clamp it to the table tight, wooden table, so you can drill through the table.
Yeah.
It's the only way it's gonna work.
Yeah.
For the rivets. I think you can buy the rivets as well on
Knife kits?
knife kits.
Yeah. Highly recommend it. They got all kinds of sizes and 4 different thicknesses.
Okay.
So there are quite a lot of types.
How's the delivery time?
Yeah, they send pretty fast. And the freight, the shipping cost isn't too bad either.
To Norway.
Yeah, to
So
Norway.
and it's an American company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
So
are based in,
the shipping to the Americans will be pretty fast probably, and
yeah.
a lot cheaper than what we get it for.
So we have finished drilling the holes. I don't know if you can see this, but you get this burr leftovers on the top and probably on the inside too. So use a sharp knife, cut that excess away. Also, what we did was drill first one hole, put a rivet in, just to keep the 2 Kydex sheets aligned. So drill, put in the rivet, drill, put in the rivet, keeping it straight. Yeah. Okay.
Next part.
Next part is putting in the rivets and then heat it up.
So as Freddy said, you have to get it off, otherwise it won't come together enough.
Yeah.
So
you get this ugly space between.
Yeah.
And this is really this is quite an important rule. Do not press the rivets together before you are done sanding. Every polishing, all the polishing.
Yeah.
Because shit will stick in between the sheets and make space, really. And we can't have that space.
We don't need no space.
No, we don't need no space.
Oh fuck! Oh yeah.
Yeah. So now we're ready to press in the rivets. Press in the Kydex. This tool is called a rivet die guide, if I'm not mistaken. We're gonna put a link in the description for this. This is genius. Doesn't cost much. Easy to press, especially if you have a vise.
A screw vise, and it's you can probably do this with different kind of tools, but since it's so cheap, I don't know, what was it, 10, 12 bucks or something?
Yeah, between 20 and 30, I think.
Oh, was that? But still, it's so cheap, and it'll give you a perfect result.
Yeah.
Which is the most important thing, really, to get a good result.
So if you're using this, make sure you align the finished part of the rivet. Align it to the bottom here, because if not, you're gonna press it crooked, and it will come out ugly. So that's it. Rivets are on. Now they say a lot of people use hammers on this die guide. I recommend using a vise because you have a lot more control over how much pressure you're giving it. And that's it. That's it, boys.
So we're ready to start heating the Kydex now, but a few pointers before you start.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to explain this in my shit English as usual. When the knife enters or exits the sheath, you want to make sure that the Kydex locks around this point on the knife. On this point, on this knife, the Kydex has to lock on something, and on this knife, this is the best part. So basically, what you want to do is make the Kydex go in here, narrow here, and out again. So when you're pulling the knife out, the Kydex will push the knife out. And to do that, I made this small piece of wood, which I tape on here. And as you can see, it narrows a bit, and then it broadens in the end. It's hard to show this like this. So try to make a wooden piece that narrows and gets bigger again. And I would strongly recommend using a Dremel to make these. It's very easy. Using a saw is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it's such small work, so.
Yeah.
And also remember, if Kydex, if you do a mistake, you can melt it over again.
Yeah.
So you have to try and fail to make it happen, really.
Yeah. I have heated Kydex sheets maybe 5 times tops, one time, and there's no problem heating it over again, getting it perfect. But now we are going to tape the blade just to get some room for the blade, because if not, this knife is gonna stick in the sheath like a motherfucker.
This is also how tight you want it. If you put one layer of tape on, it's gonna get really tight. Usually 2 to 3, maybe 2 layers.
Yeah, I'm using 2 layers. One that goes, first layer goes the entire length. Second layer goes to where it narrows. It usually makes for a very nice result for me. So it's a trial and error kind of thing. Well, basically, if you want to make a weeple for the sheath
And a drainer.
use strips. Are they called strips?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Plastic strips. Cut off the strip lock, which is in this part, because you're gonna stab the knife through the sheath when you're ready to cool it, so you don't need that lock coming in the way. But yeah, tape the strip on where you want it. Maybe
Align it with the tip.
yeah, maybe put on some tape on the end of the strip also, just to keep them aligned. And that's it. That's it. No problem. And seal.
So now we have drainers and a weeple.
Yep. And we're gonna try two layers of tape.
2 layers of tape. See how that works compared to his 1 layer.
Yeah.
And he said that 1 layer works. He's just put some WD-40 on it, and it's not that tight. So yeah, let's see how this one works out.
Now we're gonna tape on the template here to get this spring action or whatever, just to make sure it stays in place. there we go.
Perfecto.
So now you can see the wood template here will stick out when we are forming the Kydex around it. So yeah, heating time.
So Freddy is now heating up the Kydex. It's not a problem to have the rivets in when you do this. So
shouldn't take too long on a short sheath like this.
as you can see, it's moving quite a lot. I don't know if you can catch that on the cam, but it's moving. I mean, you can see it get bendy and yeah.
Yeah, so we're about ready to put it in the press.
As you can see, it's really bendy now.
Yeah, floppy. Yeah, that should do it. So stick it in like this, center it, make sure I got it the right amount of length in, and it's clamping time. So basically what I do is use this more speedier wise first, just to clamp it down, and then I use the tougher screw vices. Get some real pressure on it.
And it's pretty important with a really good pressure to shape it to the knife. Otherwise, it's gonna get too roomy for the knife. It's not gonna get tight enough.
Yeah, and also a small pointer: don't if you're making a press like I have, don't mold the knife close to the hinges, because it's more likely to shift the Kydex sheaths so they come not aligned. It's best to put it like this out here on this side.
Bra boy.
So yeah, 15-20 minutes pressure time.
Yeah.
Should do the trick. Yeah, so this is the finished sheath for GSO 4.1. How did it turn out, Mr. Snake?
It turned out beautiful. Looks great, works great, and yeah, it's got a drainer and on both sides and a weep hole. And
yeah, so the big clue about getting a good sheath, in my opinion, is the small wooden piece you insert here. As you can see, this is the one I made for Topstahoma.
And the principle is the same
for
both sheets. It's just that you have to be
the big clue is really this part, making the Kydex widen out of the hung, so give you a spring effect. Yeah, dangler. So we are making the danglers for the GSO-10, and these will be shipped to some of our viewers.
Yeah, we had 5 viewers that wanted danglers, so this is a one-time offer. We have 5 people that are getting them in green or black. Mark Delight, Mark Fortune, Laza Turbo, Peter Kent, and VLRL Moose are the ones that are getting the danglers.
Yeah. Fur free.
For free.
Fur free.
And as you can see, you're getting quite a lot out of a single Kydex sheath.
Yeah.
Right now we've made one sheath, and I get 3 danglers from one. So it doesn't really cost anything to make these. So it's grinding time again, and we're just filing it down. It's the same procedure as with the sheaths. So just make do with what sandpaper you got. You could use all 3. Yeah.
Basically what we've done is make this template.
That's a well-known shape.
It's a 10. Yeah, so we measured the holes, made the width of it to match the carabiner.
And as we said, you can make this with however you like, but remember to match it with the ring or the carabiner,
Yeah.
the fastening point you're going to use. It's very important.
Mm. So yeah, there's really nothing more to it than that. So let's start heating up Kydex. Right.
It's a bit fiddly, but
Yeah.
with some practice you can do it.
So the reason why I got this big iron metal sheet is because you want to get the fastener away from the blade, because it sticks out. You'll get to see it afterwards. So it should cool down pretty fast. It's a small piece.
Remember gloves, because it's pretty hot stuff. So as you can see, the dangler, he used the metal rod to get it out from the knife, which is in the handle, so you get that curve, which is pretty important. I don't know if you can see this properly, but see it goes out like that. So yeah, that's a finished dangler for Peter Kent, I think it is. That one.
Well, half finished. We're still in strap.
Yeah. So we're gonna put a strap on now.
Yep. This is the finished dangler. As you can see, we made this nylon strap with 3 rivets. And the way we made this, the hole for this, we took a drill bit, heated it up, shove it through. That's basically it.
And it's better than drilling a hole, because you burn the ends inside the nylon.
Yeah,
So
and we burn it together too.
Yeah, so it's strong as hell.
Yeah, it is.
It's not gonna come loose or anything like that. So.
Yeah.
So we made a prototype, kind of the same principle as the dangler. We just put it in front, so you can now attach your 4.1 or whatever you want on the GSO-10. As we said, this is just a small prototype right now. You can get it out, and you can get it in, and it's stuck in there. That's not going anywhere. Tie it down with paracord if you want, down at the bottom, or just have it like this. Doesn't really matter.
Mm.
So yeah, you can carry your GSO-10 and your 4.1 at the same time.
Awesome.
Awesome. Oh yeah.